Hi there, my name is Greg Yetter. I'm the founder of Restful, and today I'm really excited to have this conversation about the design of the Restful Atmos lamp. I'm joined here with our head product designer, Louis Filosa, and he's going to dive into the specifics of the product design of the Atmos lamp today, as well as talk a little bit about the future of design at Restful. Louis, I'd love if you could give a brief intro as well.
Hi there. My name is Louis Filosa, and I'm an industrial designer. I've been working in the industrial design space for about 15 years across a lot of different kind of architectures of product, from furniture and lighting to consumer products and packaging. I've done a lot of things, but lighting is one of my true loves. And that's why we're here to talk a little bit more about that today.
And that's one of the things when we first met that really struck me about your existing designs. You really focused on prioritizing those simple geometries. And I thought that we could make something similarly compelling, but focused around the bedside lighting experiences. We're trying to make circadian or healthy lighting more accessible. So we started out 6 years ago with a product called Bedtime Bulb. It is a light bulb that you use before you go to sleep that reduces blue light. And that product was very successful. The first version of that had more than 40,000 customers, and we have a popular V2 product coming out now. But we wanted to take the idea of circadian lighting beyond the light bulb form factor to see what we could do to make lighting even more streamlined, refined, easier to use, and ultimately maximize the concept of healthy light. So, with that said, I met Louis Filosa as I thought he would be the perfect designer to work on this product. And he's going to talk a little bit more about how the design relates to the Restful brand.
Yeah. So this is Restful's really first standalone all-in-one lighting product. Of course, Restful has the bulb, but this is its own light on its own. With any project, I think I really start with thinking about how that certain product fits into people's lives, where it lives, how people use it. And in this case, it was really about keeping the environment of the home in mind, especially the bedroom, and kind of seeing how we could evaluate a timeless look and feel in the bedroom space. We really wanted something to feel comfortable and soothing and simple as to not draw too much attention, because the bedroom is kind of this sacred space that should let you feel rested. With any typical lighting project that I start, I look at geometric sculptural forms across a lot of different styles to understand ways that these kind of forms kind of come to life, kind of what's more compelling or what's kind of supporting the brand that I'm designing for in the best way. And in Restful, it was really about how can light support a better, healthy lifestyle. So while we're looking at the number of simple geometric forms, we were also layering in a lot of different interaction styles across those options. Ultimately, we were really drawn to a concept that had a globe intersecting a monolithic rectangular block. And it felt almost as though that block was supporting the sphere of light, similar to the ways that we want to support people to live better. So using a globe really meant that it could illuminate a space with 360 degrees of ambient glowing light. And this form also allowed us to use premium materials like die-cast aluminum and glass.
It really strikes above its class in terms of the interaction style because of those premium materials we chose, as well as how we refined all the interactions. And that's actually where I want to transition into now is the focus on the dial on the front of the unit. So one of my pet peeves about lighting is that it's very fragmented. It's really common to have dimmers that are not compatible with the lighting, or you might have a keypad on the wall that just has unlabeled buttons, and it's not clear what the lighting actually does. We wanted to throw all of that away and build a truly integrated lighting experience, and that's why we decided to settle on the dial. But I wanted to talk to Lewis more about how we ended up settling on the dial versus other simple interaction styles.
Just like the simplicity of the product itself, we really wanted to inject that into the user interaction of it as well. So we looked at a number of different ways we can incorporate controls into Atmos, but we really liked the simplicity of a dial sitting on the front of the product. It's super simple to operate and it's really intuitive for people, meaning there's no real education needed for people to understand how it works. Also, as kind of the most touched part of the product, we wanted it to feel premium. So we really wanted to go with an aluminum dial that had a beautiful anodized finish.
And the design of the dial goes beyond the materials. There's actually a software layer behind the dial that we designed to make it so that every interaction with the dial feels perfect. So if you want to just make minute adjustments to the light, it will allow you to do that and it will feel very natural. But if you want to quickly change from a low to a high brightness, it will also follow along with that. And the reactivity of the dial is changing throughout the day. So it's only going to allow you to set the light to settings that are relatively appropriate for health. Case in point, if you turn the light on in the middle of the night, it's not going to let you put in into an extremely bright, cool white setting. And if you turn the light on in the middle of the day, it's not going to let you go down to some of those very minute, very dim, very warm color temperatures because they're just not relevant at that time of the day. And having that setting in there would only make the user experience more cumbersome. Another aspect of the product design that people have said to us when they look at the product is they're worried about the thing tipping over because it's very horizontal. But they're worried if you press the button too hard that you could accidentally make the product tip over. We were aware of that issue on the form from the start, but we were really excited about the aesthetic of this design and we wanted to see what we could do to make that work.
So one of the challenges we faced was the stability of the design itself, but through a lot of engineering with our partner Ravi, our design engineer, we were really able to utilize the heavy materials of that die cast base and kind of using non-slip materials on the foot of the product to make sure that when you are tapping this or interacting with it, it's very stable and does not tip over.
Yeah, that took basically a whole year of effort between the sensitivity of the presses on the dial to the skid material that's on the bottom of the unit to the weight. Ravi had quite an engineering challenge to make that work, but we're very satisfied with the results. With Atmos, we're really confident that we've built the best lamp for the time and place that we intended it for, which is a bedside lamp. Of course, it could be used anywhere in the home. It does give you warm light at night and cool white during the day, but we really wanted to optimize the experience to give you the best quality of light for your health at the bedside. And it doesn't have any additional features that would diminish the high quality of light experience. But Louis, I'd love to know what else you're thinking about when it comes to the Restful brand and how we can take the restful idea beyond the bedroom into the rest of the home.
This technology that Restful has created is really a healthy step forward for the lighting space. And I'm really excited to kind of explore the ways we can expand it into other areas of the home. We're looking at places like the home office, the living room, and even the outdoor spaces at home. And hopefully we can show you more soon. There's some exciting things coming down the pipeline.
I'm super excited for what we've got coming out in 2026 and beyond. So pay close attention to what we're doing. Thanks so much for your time, Louis.
Thanks, Greg. Great to see you.
Likewise.